Hi Cancer, welcome to your reading. This is going to be for the next 10 days. It is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If this one doesn't resonate, definitely check out those other placements. It is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everyone who watches. So we're going to get into your recent past, your current energy, and the near future. Then we will take a peek into your person's energy and your energy and see what's going on there. So if you are returning, welcome back. If you are new, welcome. I hope you'll stay. I am available for personal readings if you'd like one of those. The information's in the description box below this video or in my About section. Okay, I'm going to cut this one more time and we will see what's going on for you. So in the recent past, we have the Seven of Cups with the Four of Wands and the King of Swords in reverse. In the current energy, we have the Five of Cups in reverse with the Queen of Cups in reverse and the Hierophant in reverse. The near future, we have the Eight of Swords, the Hangman, and the King of Wands. Okay, so your overall energy is the Ten of Wands. So this next week may feel a little bit overwhelming, whether it be the holidays or something going on. I do sense that for some of you, this is going to be about the breakup of a relationship, possibly a marriage. That's not going to be for everyone, but it is going to seem like the pressure is on. So it doesn't mean that you can't handle it. I just feel like it's going to feel a little bit overwhelming. There's going to be a lot of doors opening for you, and they could have just recently started to, and that could actually feel overwhelming. I just keep wanting to say overwhelming. So with Justice in reverse, you could feel right now like things are not balanced, and that's part of what's stressing you out. I don't think that's going to be all that you experience the next 10 days. It just feels like that's kind of the overlying energy. So in the recent past with the Seven of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the King of Swords, it seems like there's someone who has opened up their options as far as a relationship is concerned. Now, some of you are going to have some confusion around what's going on within a long-term relationship. So take it whichever way it resonates for you, meaning if you are married or if you are just in a long-term relationship, there might be some things that have been happening in the recent past that really had you, in your head. And I feel like there's almost as if there's a combination of questions about something you just don't feel like you have clarity on. Now, the King of Swords in reverse feels like an energy of someone else. So you have someone who's not really speaking their truth, telling you the truth. You could feel like somebody's lying to you within the relationship. It feels just a little bit cloudy, like you don't quite know what to expect or why things are the way that they are. We'll clarify that in just a moment. All right, so in the current energy, the Five of Cups with the Queen of Cups and the Hierophant. So this is trying to hold back with your emotions. The Queen of Cups is someone who's not necessarily shut off completely emotionally, but this is also not really caring for yourself on that level. So you could feel like, because the Seven of Cups with all of that confusion and things, that you're trying to release something that's been creating a lot of sadness, but a part of you can't even focus on yourself. So the Hierophant in reverse does feel like the release, or at least the thought process of needing to release a relationship that is not currently working or something that needs to be worked through before it can be restored. Typically, that is my card of divorce. So that could have happened for you guys in the past, and some of this energy is starting to pop back up. It could also be the reason, whatever was going on in that situation, that caused you to kind of shut down. And part of you wants to just heal instead of really taking any chances right now to open yourself up to anything else. So we'll clarify that as well. Now, in the near future, we have the Eight of Swords, the Hanged Man, and the King of Wands. So if there is another energy that starts to come towards you, for those of you that have released this relationship and you're trying to move forward, somebody wants to come towards you. And yes, it could be just a passionate relationship. Doesn't feel like something that's going to be, I want to jump into it and just be full on long term. You could still be recovering from something that you had dealt with. For those of you that have been out of a relationship for a really long time, you may just be really, really, really cautious. In this case, I'd say you want to be, because somebody that's going to show up in your energy may just have one intention and you're just not up for that. So for those of you that are getting out recently, you as well may feel a little bit stuck and not want to open up too much. Whoever this energy is quite passionate about it. I want to say smitten with you. So that's the near future, and that's somebody that might be coming towards you and recognizing that maybe you feel a little bit stuck. So they're going to pick up on your energy when you meet this person. All right, let's see what we get for clarifying. So with the Seven of Cups and the Four of Wands, what is this confusion for Cancer around long-term relationships? It could just be that you have decided you're not sure if you really want to settle down into another long-term or serious committed relationship. Let's see. And then we have the Magician. So that to me is about finding the clarity and truly knowing who you are outside of a relationship first, and then being able to manifest what it is that you truly desire. Now, if a cycle has closed out for you more recently, you could be, some of you, wanting to manifest this working out. For those of you who have been single for a really long time, you could be saying, you know, I'm ready. Maybe I'm a little confused. I'm not 100% sure, but at some point, yes, I'd like to find a partner. But you may have dealt with people who just couldn't be honest or weren't on the same page as you, and that's made it difficult. So now that you're aware of those types of behaviors, I think you're setting your intentions to find a person who doesn't resemble that type of energy again, because you want to experience something completely different. All right, let's see. We've got the Page of Cups in reverse with that. So you've dealt with people who were, yes, emotionally immature. It's probably been part of the lessons that you've had to learn, and also just needing to understand when somebody's energy shows up that way in your space, how to recognize it. It can be tough at times. Now, this could also be wanting to help someone young in your life. You could have a child that's a little bit emotionally closed off or confused, and you're trying to help them understand themselves. That could also be what the energy of the Page of Cups in reverse is. All right, so let's look at the Five of Cups in reverse with the Queen of Cups. So the Six of Pentacles, this is, as usual for Cancers, you closing off to anybody who seems to be coming towards you and constantly holding out their hand. You can tell right off the bat. If there's anyone in the zodiac that can pick up on someone's energy immediately, it's you guys, which means you're going to know right off. You're going to keep your barriers. I say barriers. Some of you have gotten barriers built instead of just boundaries, but I think there's still a balancing out of creating one versus the other. Because I always say you want those proper boundaries, but you don't want to create such a barrier that you're completely closed off. At times it is necessary while you heal from something, and you don't want people in your space coming at you 24/7, always looking for the Cancer that they're comfortable with, the one who's always there when they need them, or is picking up the pieces when something goes awry. So I still think you're working through some of that, and it could be pretty emphasized over the next 10 days. So let's look at the Queen of Cups in reverse with the Hierophant. So then we have the Five of Wands. So you've worked through some of those internal battles, some of that confusion. It looks as though you're working through it in the current energy and making a decision about whether you stay in a long-term relationship or whether you even want one. So you could have been for a very long time just indecisive, and that's what it feels like. That can be a really tough spot to be in if you're just not sure. Some people get to a point where they're like, I don't even want to focus on love because I just have experienced so much in it. I'd rather focus on other things. So in the near future with the Eight of Swords and the Hangman, we have the Hermit in reverse. Now, being sort of stuck in this energy in the future, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are bound and stuck and you can't move forward. With the Hermit in reverse, it's telling me there's times when you didn't see what people were actually meaning. It can be confusing. As intuitive as you are, at times somebody can outwit you. And that is what's tough about learning, your soul lessons. And in this case, you've shined the light on people in the past, and you want to be cautious that you don't have to deal with that kind of energy anymore. So if you're withdrawing in the near future, it's to protect yourself. So I know we're constantly in a place where we need to, but that's what the crab does. You have that soft inner emotion, kindness, all that gentleness about you, but your shell is there for a reason. It's there to protect you. So I feel like that's what you're going to be doing over this holiday period. You're probably going to be protecting your energy quite a bit. All right, so let's look at the Hanged Man with the King of Wands, and then we have the Strength card. And it's a beautiful energy because it means that you're just trying to regain your strength. Even if you've had relationships that are so far in the past, you haven't been in one in a long time, it's the same thing. You're still building up that strength and getting yourself ready and possibly in a position where you're going to open up in the future to someone coming into your life. But in this case, I'm going to say it's more important for you to focus on regaining your strength after having probably found out some things about people that were unpleasant. As far as the Strength card with the King of Wands, if somebody does approach you in this particular time frame in the near future, I think you're going to be cautious. Your back is to this energy. So it's saying if somebody tries to, what's the word I'm looking, not dishevel, somebody's trying to break down some of those barriers, it may be a little bit more difficult than usual because you've gotten to a point where you're so strong, you can stand on your own and you're not going to even let someone remotely rock you. I think this person has decent intentions, but it may not be 100% like what you really desire in a full-on long term. All right, so I want to check into your person in just a moment, but I feel like there's more that we need to do with this. So bear with me because I'm going to get a few more cards. Let's see, what's going on for Cancer the next 10 days? With the Magician and the Page of Pentacles, there you go, the High Priestess. So yes, your intuition. Recognizing dark energies versus light and that they need to be balanced. You could be trying to manifest more abilities. Some of you may be actually trying to finally put into action work around the spiritual community. In other words, you could be a healer, you could be a reader, you could be all of these different things, and that's what you're trying to manifest, is really to be on top of your game and have your abilities at the point where you feel like you can exercise doing that for a living. That's not going to be for everybody. For others of you, it just means that your intuition kicked up and wherever there was confusion, you were seeing through it. You weren't allowing it to cloud your judgment. So I think you're asking right now, please let me see what I need to see in order to make the decisions that I need to make for me. All right, so let's look at the Six of Cups and the Five of Wands. Then we have the King of Cups in reverse. So there definitely were or is someone in your current energy that's emotionally unavailable. And that could be the reason why you're deciding you need to leave this long-term relationship and just heal from it. If that person was constantly taking from you, it was creating a lot of either problems in the past, arguments in the past, or you were in this internal conflict where it was almost as if you couldn't work your way through understanding why it was the way that it was and why it couldn't be different. But this person's definitely shut down. All right, so let's look at the Hermit with the Strength card. And then we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So having moved away from a situation where you felt like either you've been abandoned or someone had abandonment issues, and you're recreating the strength around that. So you're healing, basically, from some childhood wounds, from people who are constantly mirroring back to you what you may have felt in the past. And then the Eight of Cups wanted to pop out. So you're walking away from that type of energy. There isn't going to be a sense of, I feel abandoned anymore. It's almost as if that loving of yourself has allowed you to leave behind anything that was creating that kind of sense. You're getting stronger and stronger and stronger and able to see that you're finally healing from it. I really like that energy. Okay, so I'm going to clear this now and we will get into whoever's on your mind. Hang on, it's going to take me a second because these are all clustered. All right, so think about that person for just a moment. We'll see what's going on with them. So the card that wants to stay on the top is the King of Swords in reverse, which means this is what you're going to have to be cautious of in the next 10 days. Somebody's not telling you the truth. And I think you know it deep down inside. They just showed me the High Priestess card in my head. So your intuition is correct. If you're doubting yourself, don't. Please don't, because whoever this is not telling you the truth. It's going to have to be something that you accept. And I know that's difficult. It's not fun when we know that somebody's lying to us straight to our face. But it's really important, I feel like, to focus on that. All right. Let's go ahead and see what's going on with you and your person. This is for Cancer. Okay, so their energy right now is the Nine of Cups with the Death card, Ten of Pentacles in reverse, and the Ten of Cups. Wow, this is someone who most definitely has attempted to or wants to make changes in order for this to work out. So it's saying to me that you are their wish fulfillment. They could be having some issues financially, but they want to make some kind of a change because ultimately they really do want happiness with you. Now, your energy is the King of Wands in reverse with you're feeling a bit betrayed. The Ten of Swords, and then we have, or you may be done, the Queen of Wands, and then the Hierophant card. Okay. And then the Nine of Wands. This is the Wounded Warrior. So in other words, you've learned what you've had to learn. You have someone who doesn't want to give up on you. You could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, a Leo, Sag, Aries. Sag is pretty strong. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I'm not showing a lot of Pentacles, just this one card. So it could be anybody. But in this case, it seems like your person's working on doing whatever they need to do in order to regain their strength, make things more solid in their life, maybe work on their financial situation because they want to bring things together. They want this to work out. You are their Ten of Cups. So whoever this is really does love you, really does want this to work. Now, your energy is the King of Wands in reverse with the Ten of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and then the Hierophant card. You feel betrayed by a long-term relationship. You could be in a position now where you're like praying, literally you're looking at the Hierophant. I feel like that's your energy, male or female. It doesn't matter which one you are. I feel like this is the two people that are representing how you feel about the relationship. This is the person I feel like you feel betrayed by, and then there you are praying, just give me what I need to know and help me make the correct decision. Do I stay in this relationship? I feel like this is more about having faith that things are going to work out for you and always for your best and highest good. Even if it doesn't feel like it when you're losing someone in your life or you have lost people in your life in the past, I think you realize now you want to pray for the right relationship to come towards you. So whether that be this person or a new situation, because I do feel like there's something you're done with, whether it be their energy prior to trying to make these changes, or it's just being tired of that type of energy, someone who's unstable. Even if they want you and they want to make things work, if they're not stable in their own life, that can bring a lot of drama to the relationship. And in yours, again, the King and Queen, the King's in reverse, Queen's in the upright. So somebody is not particularly stable within this union. So let's take a peek at the Romance Angels. Whoops. That was a flyer. This is for Cancer. So we have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. I feel like that's what you're going to be doing in the near future anyway. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Is it possible that this person wants to? Because to me, the Ten of Cups, if you're not already married to this person, they could want to propose to you. It could be around Christmas time. Honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. There you go. Someone wants to spend the holidays with you. If you're not with this person, I don't like talking about the ex coming back very often anymore, but it does feel like there's a possibility somebody could be realizing after they've gone through all these changes that you are the person they want to be with. And then we have past life relationship. You have known each other before. So you could feel that kind of connection. And then there you go. You've got soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. We can have a lot of different soulmates. This one could be a twin flame. That's why you feel so deeply connected to this person energetically. And it could be really hard for you with the Ten of Swords, either to end this, or the betrayals feel that much more intense than any other situation you've dealt with because you feel so connected to them. Yeah, and then attraction flipped out. So there could be a really, really deep attraction for this person. All right. Let me put these away and we will get some advice. What's the advice, please, for Cancer? Sorry if that was loud. Let's see. All right. So the advice, the Four of Wands. Okay. This could be the happily ever after. I think they're trying to say that whatever makes you feel the most stable, especially in your home environment, being such a homebody that you are, that's what you need to focus on, is what's going to create that. Releasing any kind of abandonment issues, the same thing wants to pop out. And then the Eight of Cups, walking away from those feelings like we talked about, are really going to help you in any relationship you have, because then you're not going to project those feelings onto a partner. And then we have the Seven of Cups. So recognize that you don't have to stay in a place of being confused. Now, walking away from that energy opens up your options, not necessarily for a person, but it opens up different experiences for you within the relationship, is what it feels like. Once you heal that within yourself, it makes how the other person that you're dealing with show up differently. Even if it's the same person, not everybody can change and become that for you, but some people do go through it where they stay in a relationship and then things get better. They shift, they heal, they do the work, and yes, it ends up staying that way. For others of you, it may be that this is the person that has to be released from your life so that you don't experience that type of feeling again, which I don't think you will, because you're healing it around long-term relationships. You could have had parents that split apart and that created abandonment issues, something of that sort. All right, so let's look at the Lover's Oracle. This is for Cancer. All right, this card is popping out. So it says romance. Cupid's arrow strikes. You could be feeling like things are getting to that place, like it's starting to stir up in you that you really want this to work out. And then we have my beloved. Though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. For love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. That's for those of you that are wondering about someone. You know you're deeply connected. You can feel them. And then we have passion. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. So you may be thinking about that. You feel that way with this person, super connected to them in the passion department. We're just having things drop all over the place today. All right, so let's get a couple of cards from the Wisdom of the Oracle to close this out. This is for Cancer. So we have to be fair, wanting that balance. It reduces to an 11, which is just like the 1111 card. So yes, again, I feel like you could sense that this is a twin flame connection. And then we have observer. Sometimes I think you need to take a step back and really just look at how things are happening. Not necessarily putting yourself in that position. It's almost like having an out-of-body experience, really, and just observing it from all different aspects without being emotionally involved in that moment. Sometimes we can separate ourselves from our emotions, and I think that's what they're asking you to do here. And then we have soulmate. So yes, this does feel like a deep connection and something that you feel like this is the one I want to mate with for the rest of my life, because that's what they do. Penguins do. Okay, and then we have mending. So again, this is about working on something, a never-ending story. That's about new beginnings, closing out any kind of chapter for you that seem to be repeating and starting brand new. If you're going to mend something, it's definitely supportive of this energy, especially around this time, if this is your person and you know you want to make this work. Because I just feel like there's a lot of change that's happening. A couple of fives we have there. And then we have the 1111s showing up for you, which you probably see very often, and is an indication that that person could be, yes, a really strong soulmate or twin flame. All right, my loves, I hope that helped. Thank you so, so much for being here. Thank you again for all your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. Again, if you'd like a personal, that's in the description box below this video or in my About section. I hope you have an amazing 10 days, and I'll see you in the next one. Lots of love. Take care.